Like, Gary's like, don't ever say that name. And I'm like, what? Osiris? Because I was reading my Freemason stuff. He's like, don't say that name. That name's... And I'm like, wait a minute. Are you talking about the one I just said? He's like, yeah, don't say that. It brings bad energy. I'm like, Gary, what the f***? You sound crazy. I went all pale in the face and I was like, wait a minute. At the deepest part of my documentary, when I was digging, it was all about that name. And that was like the worst things that ever started happening in my life. That was like my rock bottom. It was the damn near psychosis, the most dark voodoo type shit happening. But Gary looked at me and was like, I bet the worst things happened when you were studying that. When I told him I studied that Egyptian god. And yeah, I was really surprised because I'm like, well, Gary, other people have had just as bad of... Mine was rock bottom, but the people he talked to wasn't rock bottom, but they had really bad experiences. And there's certain vowels that are like, yeah, you're not supposed to say out loud. Like in Egyptian times, 80% of language was like, you didn't say it. It was more like psychically understood. You weren't supposed to like change the vibration in the air. Yeah. What about Horus? No, Horus was different. Horus is hour too, right? It's like an anagram. Yeah, the other gods aren't that powerful, but the one with the O is stupid powerful. For when I say gods plural, I'm saying it like it's in the Bible too. Gods plural means, you know, they're referring to what we see as gods, but it's like demons. Why are you contradicting? You believe in the Bible and witchcraft. Well, to be a Christian, you have to believe in witchcraft. Like, you have to. You have to believe in sorcery. You have to believe in magic. You have to believe that that stuff is real. You can't just say it's hocus pocus, because then people say your miracles are hocus pocus, right? Although miracles are different from witchcraft. Way different. If you're a Christian, witchcraft won't affect you. Yeah, it's like 80% of that won't affect you. I wouldn't say it's 100% guaranteed though. I've seen some crazy deaths that like were predicted by the guy casting the bad luck. Although a lot of people say, in the conspiracy world, they say the bad luck are certain ley lines. Like, they never build churches on random hills or, you know, random parts of land. They always pick the right energy center. And then sometimes when these energy centers crisscross, that's where you have the most car crashes. That's what people say. Why do you talk so much about girls and picking them up? Because that's what life's really about, is when you can sell yourself to your boss and get a bigger raise. Like, the anima is huge in the young man today. Like, if I talk about getting 99% of chat do not relate with me. That's how much times have changed. If it was the 1950s in a Christian society, at least half that chat would understand what it's like to have a girlfriend. But it's so rare to have a normal upbringing now. I mean, like, if you grew up riding a bicycle without an iPad and had a girlfriend, you are in like top 0.0001% of confident people. That is, you probably healthy.
Alton donated $5. John, why don't you talk about Mother Teresa and her connection to the Jesuit order? Is it because she's Albanian?
Because I've already done it, and yeah, there's arguments for her being very well connected with the elites. And there's arguments of her being a really good person, but I just don't think the arguments are that strong. Like, if I went after John Podesta, there's a lot of evidence that he's a Satanist. He eats flesh. But if I go after Mother Teresa, the evidence is kind of like, oh, she hung out within. Like, I'm sorry to say this, bro. The dumbest debate, or excuse me, the dumbest conspiracy arguments is Zherka hung out with a Satanist, therefore he's a Satanist. Look at the industry I'm in. You think I'm not going to sit on a saucecast with some freak show, especially if I'm Mother Teresa? Like, are you? The dumbest argument is like, well, Trump sat next to a evil guy, therefore he's evil. I don't like those arguments at all. I hate them, actually. Now, if you take a million photos with one dude, that's a way different story. And I don't really believe in that whole guilty by association at all. Because, like, what if you're in the entertainment industry? There's not many Christians there. What about people who hang with Epstein? The Prince Andrew one, yeah, that's fine. But if, let's say, who's someone we like? If Ye took a photo with Epstein, to me, it's not that damning evidence that Ye is evil. If he has multiple photos, that's different. If they're best friends, but man, the top is so small. Everyone takes photos together. So,
can you talk about moonchilds? Specifically, when they traumatize the embryos while to create an MK Ultra slave.
That's a type of psychic programming that's actually overrated. The real psychic programming happens when, let's say, 5 years old, even in Spartan times, Egyptian times, whatever you want to go, they'll give you a puppy to bond with. And then at the peak of your love and bond, they put the puppy in front of you. And so you can't handle the trauma that's happening. And so your mind goes into the Elysium, or a happy state, La La Land. And then you're like this, just drooling in trauma. And that's when they can program you and say, get up. And then that voice is so traumatic that the children, even if they don't actively do what you say, they can be triggered at 30 years old with one phone call. Get up, cool. But the programming was mastered way earlier through demonic intervention. And World War II had a more scientific approach with its MK Ultra. But a lot of Hollywood stars, I'd say 80% of the Hollywood stars, 85, 90%, they knew who those, like, for example, Tom Cruise. The ruling class knew who Tom Cruise was going to be when he was 1 year old. Okay, a movie star doesn't. You guys are so. Did you think they just found a movie star who can fly a jet, helicopter, jump out of buildings? Yeah, that's literally an MK Ultra masterclass spy, really. But not a spy to countries, even though he went to Ukraine and did all that. He's a spy for the ruling class, like, which is one. And then there'll be like very low level people. Like, I think the lowest level will be like these guys who are linked through family, like Tate. Like, you could tell Tate, he gets orders, but he doesn't know where they come from, and bad things happen if he doesn't do what they say. Also, a lot of you guys shouldn't feed your girl too much Zherka content. I don't know why you guys think that's a good idea. It's better you behave like Zherka without her knowing who you're emulating. Because when I meet you guys and you're like, wait, stand on this side, Zherka, take a picture with my girlfriend, why? And I look at you like, why do you want me to hold your girl? Please, Zherka, just do it. No, I'm not a just do it. Okay, but why? Why are you making it weird for me? I'm teaching the total opposite of what you're doing to me right now.
Donald McGuire was a Jesuit priest who served as Mother Teresa's confessor. He touched over 1,000 After allegations came out, he was removed from the ministry. Teresa wrote to the Jesuits urging his reinstatement.
You know, sometimes you gotta I'm kidding. Look, I'm not defending all Jesuits are in my opinion, right? I don't know much about Mother Teresa. I don't even talk about her. When have I even mentioned her? So what are you saying? I'm a fan of hers because she's got Albanian blood? I don't really get what you're trying to accuse me of, bro. But who even made it popular that Jesuits are evil? Me. There's no other YouTuber influencer who ever said this, besides some declassified CIA that you have to go on to find. But why are you acting like I didn't popularize your opinion? And it's weird because that's like the biggest disconnect I had, is everyone's like, you became a Catholic when you exposed Catholicism for its Jesuit poison. Yeah, that's literally what the Bible says, is everything's gonna be corrupted. Like, that makes a lot of sense, actually, you know.
Red Gray donated $10. 3 life path both on 11th. What does this mean for me? Double charisma.
You have like the greatest number mix ever. Like, your DNA is to be a winner. If I was a 3 with a second 11, actually no, I like double 5 better. Yeah, double 5 worked, because then, you know, like, usually you need 10 million followers to be that magnetic to women, and I don't have that, and I'm that magnetic. Wait till I do have it. It's gonna be insanity. Zherka, you're not a double 5. Are you 1994 is a 5.
Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
Noah donated $5. Why are people born on February more religious?
And nobody knows. It was a Pisces thing, Nick. I would say because January is more argumentative, 1 energy, and 2 kind of like it feels like 2 doesn't see itself as God, even though 2 is a very rotten number. When you look at the months, it doesn't seem that way. Like, look at famous Pisces throughout history. They're pretty sick. They're great people.
90 Towers donated $5. Why is the 25th of December celebrated in different religions for different gods?
That's all hocus pocus. I don't buy into that. The Zeitgeist. Actually, there's many gods who were born of a virgin. No, there wasn't. That's all bull. They just connect history. They cope. They try and say Mithra is like Christ. No, it's not. Look into it. Read books. Don't watch Zeitgeist. I used to believe in Zeitgeist documentaries, and it's so stupid. Even the Trinities were kind of like very different.
Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
Chad is Fat Note Circa donated $5. Give your best tips for fast weight loss.
Fast weight loss would be simple. Fasting, so your calories are back loaded into the evening. That way you have less insulin spikes throughout the day, and less, your appetite isn't stimulated because you're in a fasted state. Better hormone production, nutrient partitioning, and metabolism because you're fasted. And then you want to fill your stomach with fiber and caffeine. So you could start with a green apple and a black coffee. Now it's very, very hard for you to have more meals and have protein shakes before each meal. So if you have, I used to do this with bikini girls that I would get ripped for shows. You cannot overeat if you have a protein shake. Like, food doesn't taste good. I can bring you a bunch of McDonald's. It doesn't taste good if you had 3 scoops of protein before your meal. You let it sit 10 minutes in your stomach turns to concrete. It's impossible. If you're hitting your macronutrients, protein intake first, it's impossible to overeat. And if you do overeat, the next day you're not as hungry. So net calories of 7 days a week, because we don't look at it through a 24 cycle, we look at it weekly. weekly you're less hungry without noticing it. So even if you eat the McDonald's after your protein shakes, for some reason you end up leaner at the end of the week, and then you add activity instead of cut calories. It's always better to increase a biomechanical output than cut calories, and then keep as many carbs as you can until you're at the weight you want. Always keep carbs in, and then you can have some digging phases where you slice out carbs if you have like a photo shoot or something, but that actually damages performance, unless you're very fatty. So it's just sometimes you can't cut, depends who you are.
90 Towers donated $5. I know I'm a 3 life path, born October 1st, 1990, but confused about the other numbers. Is your birth year also a separate number?
Yeah, your birth year is a separate number. Yeah, there's certain numbers you're binded to that is your energy. And you don't notice, your subconscious is noticing your birth year number, but you're not. So mine's 1994, 23 is a 5. Okay. How to keep your face clean, how to keep your face clean. I don't know, I have pimply, oily skin until I fast. So if I fast for like 14 hours, shower, I pressure wash, and then it looks like
Gio
this.
donated $5. Jesus' real birthday is 9/11, Hess of Virgo, as said in Revelation 12:1.
Oh, I've heard of this. You're gonna have to send me a bunch. Send me on Twitter. Post on my comments and say, hey, I'm the 9/11 Jesus guy, and send me everything there, and I'll look at it, look into it. I love stuff like that. Zherka, do you ever get over your first love, or does she always float around? Dude, your first love is nothing like your second. Because first love is not your adult. I think you're trying to say second, because your first one, you're a kid when you do it. The second one,
Hello donated $5. Does adding your life path with the day you're born on energy mean anything?
Adding your life path with the day you're born? No, but there's a different trick that reveals a lot about you, but that's not how you do it. No, adding your life path with the day you're born, no. It has to be what you see. So that's my hint to you. It's what you see. So I'm February 23rd. How many numbers can I pull out of that? The 2 doesn't really matter. The 23 is a 5. That's why I'm so dominant in 5 energy.
Noah donated $5. You say words hit your conscious and symbols hit your subconscious. What are symbols you can use for girls to fall for you? Or is this satanic?
Well, I don't think it's satanic. I think your intention makes it good or evil. But something you can do is you can wear red. So if you really want to like speed run the girl, they respond to that color the best.
$25. October 16th, 2001. Can you explain to me? Thanks.
I didn't even hear what he said. Can someone repeat what he said? Yeah, you can wear red, and the most compliments you'll ever get is girls saying you look good in red. That happened to me the other day, and I'm like, oh, your appearance is huge on her subconscious, like massive, dude. You could even wear like a military watch and they feel more safe. That's how they are. You could be some with a military watch, and as long as your car looks nice, they're not complaining. But actually, I think if you're a good looking guy, archetypal imagery is best. Archetypal, like the way, if you want to dress like an archetypal, so there's an animus and an anima, a male and a female, perfect idea of what male and female is, although we can't really describe it. So let's look at archetypal phenomena, okay? You have the animus and the anima, okay? The animus is the perfect male archetypal phenomena that happens in every boy, teen, adult's mind, and we adhere to this balance of like, to be a male is a balance, and it's like, it's the divine father. It's not your real father, but one day you find out your father is just a human and that you adhere to a divine father, and this is how your brain splits it up, right? And so me dressing up for a date, I'll wear white shirt, blue jeans, because the archetype of a boy is a white shirt and blue jeans throughout all media, cartoons, all that. It works better on the date. It just does for me. It does, and I've noticed that. But now look at this. That animus, the male and the female parts of your brain that these can develop and damage your life badly. This stuff dominates red pill. And it's not the male one, it's not the animus that's being dominated, it's the anima that the red pill guys are trying to conquer over. The anima would be Megan Fox, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen archetype in cards.
Fefkoftal donated $5. Life path 6-second energy is a 7 and Emma Goat is trading the best career for me.
You're a thinker, so I don't think that's the best career. Maybe, I don't know. Are you doing good at it? I don't know. I don't know much about 7 is the hard one to answer, man.
Deuteronomy 10:18. Let there not be found among you anyone who causes their son or daughter to pass through the fire, or practices divination, or is a soothsayer, augur, or sorcerer, 11 or who casts spells.
Yeah, I don't believe numerology is divination at all. Like, how can you predict the future? Because you're an 8. How the is numerology divination? Oh, you're an 8, therefore you're either rich or poor. Oh wow, that's not predicting. All right, predicting stuff is like going in a trance state.
Anima, John, please.
Yeah, so anima is like the feminine archetypal kind of phenomena in your brain that you kind of like suppress, and then it like grows big, but it's pretty much the feminine traits in you that you have to develop, integrate into your life. And if you don't have that marriage of male and female within the mind. The blood-brain barrier of the heart and the brain, or left and right side of the brain, some people say, could be, for me, I think it's heart and mind, really, right? Like heart and mind is crown when they fuse. That's what I think it is. But I don't like to say that's a fact or anything. I'm just saying that's what I believe is the truth. And yeah, if you don't develop and integrate your anima correctly, you could be doing.
Fefkoff donated $5. 6 LP second energy, a 7 and a goat. What would recommend I do in life?
Wait, what's the second energy? There's no 2, so what is your secondary? And 6 LP is tribal, responsibility, craving, family, restrictive, probably not good for business, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. But I hate saying don't do something, because like you have every number wins. If you Google life path guys, like they all win. They're all capable of winning.
Dehia donated $5. Astronomy and numerology is divination. By the way, you leaked that Gary could predict your death date using numerology. Checkmate Epstein. Gary is a sorcerer. Numerology is a sorcery, just how astronomy is also idol worshipping.
I didn't leak that. I said it out loud. And I didn't say I believed it, that he can predict someone's death. I just said this guy thinks he can do it. What was I answering? Before you guys attack numerology, you have to ask yourself, is you guys on the internet satanic? And yes, the internet is sorcery. The devil is an angel of light, electricity. Your devices are devilish. So that guy who sent me that money, you're addicted to the internet. That's way worse. Internet is 100% sorcery. Are you joking me? You think it's normal to see that much nudity? Even if you're avoiding it, you can't avoid it on Twitter. I don't even care if you believe in numerology, bro. I don't really care. I don't sell this.
2nd of May 2002 is this bad birthday to have as a male?
Yeah, you have 2nd of May. Yeah, you have 3 2s, bro. You should not sin, bro. You should. I mean, nobody should sin, but you should be extra careful. I think 1 2 is normal, but like you have 2 2 2. That's You know, my research led me to believe 222 is worse than 666. I still think 666 is the worst, and 649 is horrible, and 222 is horrific. But like, God, do the ancients hate 2 more than other numbers? And yeah, if you want to learn this stuff as like if you want to learn this stuff, don't go to me. Like, I don't slang this. I don't sell numerology. So, yeah, what was I saying? I was saying something about 649 is the lottery. So these are bad luck numbers. Or a roulette table, if you play roulette, adds up to 666, the most restrictive energy. Even if you buy a business on 666, it'll be cheaper. Like if you buy it on the address adds up. Yeah, notice how the guy attacking me is saying I'm evil. Notice how he won't say the internet is sorcery. Notice how he will not say it. And I'm not saying it as a reach. Oh, the internet's sorcery, it's just a reach. It's not even a reach at all. It's like all the electricity of sin is in front of your keyboard. The internet is the highest level with the computer chips and is the highest level of sorcery, bro. He will not donate, or he won't argue with me, because now he has to get into the debate of noticing a birthday pattern versus the internet and what's more satanic. Because he doesn't want to go live like an Amish guy in the woods in a farm. He'd rather go to burn in hell. Yes, bro, the internet is the highest level of black magic sorcery, period. If you quit the internet, then attack numerology or anything occult, which, by the way, I'd say like most of the occult stuff is in the Bible. They just took it out. There's a lot of good stuff you could do with your magic. For example, if you don't believe in, oh, I don't want to do any magic, did you stop doing it? No.
90 Towers donated $5. For the anime guy Noah, black is really a good elegant color that even makes you look taller and slimmer.
Yeah.
Even Zherka wears black often.
Yeah. True. Well, my favorite thing to wear black is that you can pop a symbol harder. So if you have an all black outfit, your Christian bracelet or your necklace will pop. So your symbolism will be like extra charged in everyone's mind. So that's why I do it. It's like the simplest, and the girl stuff, I guess, too. But hold on, what was I saying? Yeah, that's why we pray, we repent, is because we are at the most satanic age there's ever been, right? Where it's not the deepest, darkest sins, but everyone is sinning. When there was times when it wasn't like this, it's because of the digital age. It's because of the internet. That is the biggest, the reason they can even ship a Chrome place to place is because of the internet. You are funding a okay? That's not even a reach. Internet is the highest level black magic sorcery and false divination. Anyways, because you don't want to, I don't want to learn about magic, John, and I need Magnus, or I don't want to read about any of their work, and it doesn't mean you stop doing it. You're either doing your magic or you're not. When do you stop doing it? Never, not even in your sleep. The internet is scrying.
Donated $5.
Yes.
What's the top 3 most satanic things people subconsciously do?
Lust through the flesh, the eyes. I'm really good at not doing that. That's why women love me, because they can't sense that I want them. So I'm really good at looking at someone without, being all that. But yeah, number 1 is like
Icy donated
through
$5.
the eyes.
I'm 8 and have 3 guys in my close friend group that are 22 LP. What are the implications?
Some satanic master builders is what they are. 2. There's so many 2s around you. But 22s are master numbers. They go up in life. I'd rather be surrounded by 11s personally. Or 1 good 33. Okay. Number 1 is lust through the eyes that you're subconsciously doing. You're always staring at something you want. Number 2 it's got to be greed. You don't see your family enough because of your career, or for even worse reasons, like you've argued with them. And then 3 would be, man, I'll say greed again, because no one gives to charity or even helps out. Which could be, wrath is rare now. People are such I'm not like pedestaling wrath, right? Like wrath becomes good when there's righteous indignation and like a warpath for your Bible, but wrath in itself is evil. By the way, if you are those Christians who don't turn the other cheek kind of, those kind of Christians, get on my chat, because if you're putting a middle finger up to all the crusades that happened and every piece of Christian history that all those popes and stuff just got it wrong and they should have just turned the other cheeks, would have been wiped out by now. You're reading it completely wrong. You're reading the text completely wrong. Let the experts read it. Another thing, guys, when you guys are like expecting Zherka to act like Christ, you know that's like a saint level. Like that's higher than saint. So when you guys are expecting Zherka, well, Zherka's got to turn the other cheek and wash my feet, and don't. Christ is the Father as well. That's why you wash our feet like we're babies. I'm not washing your feet. Wash my son's feet. By the way, Tapia and all these guys who are against astrology, bro, the Bible's filled with astrology. Like, snap out of it. Enough of that. Those people who think there's no astrology in the Bible, are you? What the do you think 12 disciples means? It's a literal story, allegorical story, poetic story, symbolic story, all in one. It's not just a literal story. The Magi, the 3 Magi. Is there numerology in the Bible? Yeah, obviously the numerology is king in the Bible. Even the Jehovah's Witness, who talk about 144,000 as the final, that what's that equal up to? 4, 4, 8 plus 1, 9. 9 is completion. And I'm tired of people saying 10 is a number, bro. Tired of that.
Let's go, pal. I'm making it with gold.
10 is a number, but not when we're looking at religious texts. How about that? 10 is like the most powerful because the technology of the 5s builds the 10. 5, 10. And I'm a 5. And I'll take it like that, but no, we're not doing it for
Let's go, pal. I'm making it with
religious
gold.
texts. No.
Easy Zane donated $5. Can you manifest height? I'm your most badass fan BTW. I'm a boxer amateur, pretty skilled, good looking, but 5 feet 8 inches. I'm more Chad than that one guy you had on your calls. I DM'd you on Twitter at EasyXZane. I'm
Wouldn't you do better if you're a 5'8" boxer? I mean, boxers aren't that, you know what I mean? And yeah, I believe you can manifest anything, even height, but it has to be in certain belief cycles. Like this fraternity I was a part of in 2017 that taught us Steiner's work and stuff like that, taught us that the reason why humans didn't develop wings and fly is because they didn't believe they could. So they did it in a material plane with metal jets. And I'm like, what? But there was times in history where psychically the community was charging fantasy into reality. And they were doing it. And that's what we see in the movies with Avatar and all that. Those aren't abstract ideas. I miss streams like this. This feels normal to me.
Yao donated $5. I had a dream yesterday in which I was in a cave with a door that had a sigil on it. Then, a voice asked for a code. I got it wrong, and the voice said, "You are not ready," and I woke up. Can you explain?
No, I can't, because you'd have to explain to me where the that cave is, who the sent you there, who, what, where, when, how, the sigil and what it means to you, and you'd have to meditate on it for like a week to get 1 grain of truth. And you know, sometimes it'll just come to you though. If it comes to you, then you should bring it back to me. But if you watch a lot of my content, it's probably a religious message that you're not ready for higher truths. meaning you haven't done the work, meaning you're watching Zherka and not reading the Bible, which is very stupid. But the guys who in my chat who read the Bible as they watch my content, it feels like a movie to them, bro. That's how you should be doing it.